The week we closed on the house, I found I was pregnant.
With who?
It wasn't Edison.
Oh, okay.
I was with the other guy just a few times. We were working at the same job, which happened to be the same place that this person worked.
No.
I thought I would be able to bury this secret.
Does he know?
It's just gotta come out. My name's Chloe. I am 32 out of Kansas City, Missouri, and this is Financial Audit.
Thanks for coming down from Kansas City. So what do we do for a living up there?
I work at, am I allowed to say the deli name? I
The
work
what?
at a deli.
Yeah, deli. Okay.
Yeah, I work at a deli.
Are you a meat cutter? We have meat cutters here
No,
sometimes. Meat
I'm a
handlers.
manager, so I kind of help
Okay.
run the whole thing. I'm in the kitchen. I'm up front.
What do you make?
$18.50.
$18.50 as a manager.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that depends where. You know, I'm looking at the median lowest opening positions here in Austin, Texas. Typically, the median's around $19 an hour. Obviously, a more expensive city than Kansas City, Missouri. But, you know, how do you feel living on that in Kansas City? It's not a lower paid city. Or, you know, it's not a lower cost of living city necessarily. Like, it's still expensive. It's not one of the highest ones, but, you know, it requires money. So how do you live in?
I mean, I'm doing okay. I feel like I'm all right. I mean, I'm comfortable for the most part, you know, day to day. Obviously, I'm here for a reason, though. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's bad decisions being made.
So, yeah, I mean, if you're living comfortably, I don't think we'd be in collections, meaning you didn't pay your bills. So,
Yeah.
just in general, give us a little bit of context. What is going on here?
So I got myself into a lot of debt a few years ago, and I'm trying to get myself, the past is following me. I can't get away from my past.
What's your past?
So when I was 22, I met my now ex-husband.
Oh.
Before we ever ended up getting married, we had some relationship issues.
What?
I did the stupid, started looking for that attention in other places.
Ashley Madison style?
You could say. So anyway, I started seeing somebody.
How do you... Okay. Really? How long into the relationship?
It wasn't how long into my relationship with my ex-husband, or
Yeah.
how long did the
Yeah, how long
thing?
were you with your ex-husband when you started seeing someone else?
About 2 years roughly. But we weren't married. I mean,
Second
it
time
doesn't,
on this show.
I know. It doesn't make it any better. It doesn't make it any better. And I get that. We weren't married at the time. We were engaged. I need to stop hitting the table.
Okay, like, yeah, that too. But also, that doesn't make it... Okay,
I know.
sure.
And
Does he know? The ex-husband?
oh, yeah. Yeah, it all came to light. And somehow he found a way to look past it. We took some time after everything happened. Like, it was a whole thing.
What happened?
So I'll explain.
Who's he?
My ex-husband, found out because when I was unfaithful, everything happened very, very, very quickly. I was with the other guy just a few times. By the time that I came around to being like, hey, you know, I need to sit down with my boyfriend, fiance at the time, and be like, look, you know, you're not happy, I'm not happy, we need to go like our separate ways, thinking that he was going to be like, yeah, you're right. You know, that's how I thought the conversation was going to play out.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. It played out a whole different way. He was like, yeah, you're right, let's fix it. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't.
Okay.
With our relationship being the way it was, I didn't think that he felt those feelings for me anymore. I thought that we were just going to break up and he would never know that I was unfaithful, and we would go our separate ways. And that's
Well, he clearly loved you, so.
Yeah, I realized that too little too late.
Too little too late. So
Yeah.
what happened then?
So he said he wanted to fix it. I ended things with the other guy. We immediately started like looking for a house and doing all these things that we had talked about doing because we were engaged, and that all moved very fast. We got a realtor. We looked at several houses. We put an offer in on a place and almost immediately got a house. And it was like, I mean, this happened in a matter of weeks. Okay, it all happened really fast.
That's
when we closed on the house, the week we closed on the house, I found out I was pregnant.
With who?
It wasn't his. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So
I'll let you take the reign here and finish your story.
Yeah. So I found out I was pregnant right when we closed on the house. I told the father. He had his own set of issues, multiple kids with other women. It was just a mess. I knew that it wasn't going to be pretty, no matter what. So things, decisions were made.
Okay.
So decisions were made, and the pregnancy wasn't carried to term.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I thought that maybe I would be able to just kind of bury this secret, and my fiance would never have to know. And because I loved him. He's a great man.
I do appreciate you being open and honest and giving us all context for where things started to go awry. I'm guessing throughout all of this, and obviously eventually a separation, just tying it back to your financial situation.
So I ended up getting really sick, was what brought everything to light.
Sick how?
I can't even figure out how to work around this, so it's just got to come out. Because I was so early in the pregnancy.
I want you to be very careful with your words. Be very careful with the words, because these are the conversations. So I want you to just take your time, just out of respect for you.
I know.
Take your time.
I know. It is what it is. It's gonna all come out. It doesn't matter.
Not necessarily. This is your conversation.
Yeah, but it's my truth, and I might as well just say it, I guess. So I was so early in the pregnancy that when I went through the process of, I've already said I made decisions. When I went through that process, because it was so early, they decided to do just medicated.
Okay.
They just give you medicine. It's supposed to just make it all go away. I mean, that's how they make it sound. But it didn't work. It was supposed to work, and it didn't work.
Okay.
And so a week after that, I was so sick. I couldn't keep anything down. I couldn't keep water down. I couldn't keep Gatorade down. I couldn't keep anything down. And he took care of me. I just kept vomiting and vomiting and vomiting. And it was so bad. And all the blood vessels were burst in my eyes. And he's looking at me going, I can't keep watching you go through this. I've got to take you to the hospital.
Oh, okay.
And I said, if you're going to take me to the hospital, then I need to explain what's actually going on. And that's when I had to tell him.
Okay.
And he hit the coffee table and walked out of the house and took some time to cool down. And then because he's such a good man, he turned around and came and got me, and he took me to the hospital. And obviously in that moment, in that moment, he called off the engagement. There was a lot of things said between the two of us. We just bought this house together. I spent pretty much my entire savings on the down payment on this house. It was like I put $15,000 down on it.
Just a reminder, when did you close versus this event?
Weeks.
Okay.
This was weeks.
Wow.
We just moved into the house.
Okay.
So I put my $15,000 down. We closed on the house. All of that happened within weeks of being there. And then it was basically, I was like, okay, the house was in his name. He had the better credit. House was in his name. It was his house.
Okay.
It's my money, but it was his house.
Your money, yeah.
So I was like, I need time to save up money to find somewhere to go, because he didn't want me there. I mean, understandably. So he allowed me, it was a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. He allowed me to stay in one of the 4 bedrooms. And in that time where I was trying to save up money and still trying to help with the bills at the house because I was living there and everything else, it was over like a 9-month span where I was still like looking for somewhere to go, that we grew back together. Like, okay. On my birthday in April, he re-proposed that following April. So he re-proposed. We got married that October. So we thought we moved past it. You know, he felt like he had moved past it enough that we could continue on with our relationship. We got married that October after the infidelity, after everything had happened. He was still struggling with everything. We were working at the same job, which happened to be the same place that this person worked. Oh my
God. No, that's okay. That's what. Sorry.
I know.
That was it just kind of shocked me.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm
no, this is your story.
I know.
I'm just. I don't mean to smile. That just like shocked me. I did not know it was just.
Yeah, we all worked together. So he was struggling with that. So I told him to quit.
Which one?
My fiance.
Okay.
I told him to quit. And to go to school, do something, go to school for something he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so he did. He enrolled in an academy. I worked full time. I paid all the bills while he was in school full time. I didn't make enough. Yeah. So I started opening up credit cards. I think there was 3 or 4 of them that I ended up opening up. I paid the bills with my income, and then anything else was on credit cards. And I was racking them up. And I thought I had it under control. Mm-hmm. I didn't have it under control. So.
Okay, so now we're where we are today.
Yeah, divorced because he realized he wasn't over it.
How long into it? How long did we last?
We got married October of 18, and we were divorced by summer of 21.
Okay.
I'm not in a great situation. I'm not super happy in my life right now. I know that he is, and he has come out better for everything. He's with somebody that he loves very much.
Have you found anyone?
They have a kid. No. Okay. I've had 2 very unsuccessful 6-month relationships since him.
Okay. So with where you are today, I would love you to just give me an assessment of where you think you are, 0 to 10, 0 being the worst finances, 10 being the best. Where do you think you are?
Well, I took your test and it was at 0.5.
0.5. You want your Hammer Financial Score? It's free. Link in the description below. And if you have just an interesting life, interesting finances, points of view you want challenged because you're just so headstrong on something that you need a wake-up call, apply. Come on the show. CalebHammer.com/apply. We would be happy to have you. So if all of this is recognizably bad, and you know that things are bad, the past is the past, and I'm glad you gave us the context. I'm not going to harp on the past, okay? Let me just be clear. I'm not going to harp on the past. I don't even have close to a perfect past. Whatever. I care about what you're doing right now based on your situation and what you plan to do, okay? What you're doing right now, necessary food is 2.9% of your spending, but going out to eat is 10% of your spending. If you know that you're in a bad position because of actions in the past, that got you there. Okay. But if you know you're in the bad position now and you don't want to be in the bad position and you see the other person being in a better position, you're like, wow, I deserve as a human being to be in a better position as well. Why put ourselves into worse positions and make it harder to get forward by spending 4 times as much on going out to eat than getting groceries? What are we doing with our actions there?
Feeding the dopamine.
Yeah, that little rush. And I get it. I love the fatty, salty, sweet. Is that what we're talking?
Yeah. What's really ridiculous to me, though, is I work in the food industry, and I can pretty much eat for free almost every day that I work. Really? So that's why my groceries are so low. But I didn't realize I was doing that with fast food.
And I talk about pack a sandwich all the time. You work at a sandwich.
I work at the sandwich. I have a sandwich. I brought a sandwich.
Yeah.
I brought a sandwich from work.
Okay.
I did not realize I was doing that.
What came in for payroll was $2,072. Does that sound about right for a month?
Yeah.
Now, how much went out? How much was spent?
Probably
$2,072 came in. How much was spent?
Probably at least $2,000.
Okay.
I don't ever end up with anything at the end.
Okay, but we allow ourselves bullshit spending? A little confused. Well, where do you want to get to?
Like goal in life?
Yeah, where are we trying to get to?
Not where I am.
Okay, so you're unsatisfied with where you are, but not wanting to be there simply isn't enough. Having a vision of where we want to go, that's what gets a fire under our ass. Makes us like, yeah, I'll actually sacrifice. I'll put in the work to do better, and I'll start making my life better. It seems
impossible.
What?
It doesn't seem to matter. It doesn't seem to matter what I do, even if I am saving money. It's at the end of the month, I never have money.
As you know, this channel is all about making sure people stop making dumb decisions with their money and start to plan for their financial future. Well, today, I want to take a moment to discuss my personal favorite investing app so you guys too can begin to plan for the future and get your money to start working for you. I'm talking about today's sponsor, Moomoo. Moomoo is the app I personally use to invest in the stock market and make my money grow. Unlike other apps that hit you with sneaky fees here and a sneaky fee there, Moomoo offers 0 commissions on US stock ETFs and options. That means no trading fees, no contract fees on stock options, no minimum deposit requirements, and no account maintenance fees. That means that you hold on to more of your money to keep working for you. But wait, there is more. Moomoo offers all of you beautiful people an incredible deal. Up to 15 free stocks just for making a qualified deposit. That's right, up to 15 free stocks just for putting in some cash to get started. And if you're still hesitant about diving into the stock market, Moomoo offers a whopping 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash for the first 3 months as a new user. So even if you're not ready to invest right away, your money is still working hard for you. And why do I love Moomoo? Because it's not just about buying and selling stocks. Moomoo provides powerful insights and analysis tools that help you make informed decisions. Whether you're a beginner, just learning the ropes, or an experienced trader looking for advanced tools, Moomoo has got you covered. Plus, Moomoo has an awesome learn section that they can transform you from a newbie to a confident investor. They offer tons of resources to help you understand the market and make smart investment decisions. So what are you waiting for? Don't miss out on these amazing sign-up bonuses because they won't be here forever. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description below to get started with Moomoo today and start planning for your financial future. You think you're just displacing your addictive behaviors though, because maybe you're not going out to eat, but where would that money go? Maybe you're putting it in something else that is achieving that dopamine rush. Maybe you're chasing the dopamine rush.
That's exactly what I'm doing, but I don't know where it's going.
Okay, well, I mean, I can tell you where it's going right now. And to answer the question that I asked you, again, 2,072 came in. Spending 2,430. So it's not that you had nothing left over. You overspent. So the situation that you're in, the situation that you want to get out of, being like, I don't want to be where I am right now. I want to get somewhere better. Well, you're digging your hole worse, making you stay where you are even longer. So it doesn't do anything for us. You have a credit builder, Chime. I would have rather you gotten a charge card, a card that you could have put money on and then spent and helped your credit, like a Fizz card or something. But okay, let's start digging into this. Again, I really do appreciate you being as open and honest as you are. It's actually kind of impressive. $391.41 on there. We have people that come on the show and I'm like, what do you not want to talk about? And they're like, oh, don't tell them that I got only once. And that's what they care about. And then you're just like, I'll tell the world everything. So I do respect that.
There's no point in hiding it. Like there's people in my family that are probably gonna watch this and be hearing it for the first time. That's scary as hell.
Okay, well, if you need help navigating that, whatever we can do, just let us know. So on here we have 391 owed, and that's what you also have to pay, it seems. See, again, we're going to Burlington. Did you have to go to Burlington? Amazon, who knows what that is? What is the Joint Corp Overland?
That's my chiropractor.
Okay.
That's
At least
gonna
it's
be on
that
there
kind of
a
joint.
lot. Yeah, it's that kind of it's not a shop.
TJ Maxx, did we have to? Did we have to? Did you have? Oh, yeah, exactly. Dutch Bros. Certainly didn't need to do that with where you work. And then
It's
Amazon.
right next door.
Okay, but like eat the things in the store
Or
instead of going
coffee,
next
it's
door.
Coffee. Dutch Bros is
$25 a coffee?
Well, so I charge up my account, and then I just pay with the app. So the big, yeah.
What are you talking about? And then Price Chopper.
Okay, so price. Oh, that's gonna hurt my necessary foods. Price Chopper purchases are mostly going to be paid outs for the store if we need produce for the store. So I get
necessary
reimbursed.
food probably isn't even actually necessary food.
Yeah.
Total ending balance 403, but you transferred some in. Okay, so
Transfer.
okay. Now this you just brought.
Yeah.
This we were not aware of. This is fresh
Yeah.
for us. So I haven't taken a look at this. This is a letter from an attorney.
Yeah.
Dear clerk enclosed, please find an order for dismissal as to the above captioned matter. Please file with your office and return filed copies to me in the enclosed self-addressed envelope. Thank you in advance for your time and consideration of this matter. What am I looking at?
I'm honestly not even 100% sure. I got it in the mail. It's something from my I have a Discover card
dismissal. But
I don't know, honestly.
So this is for a Discover card?
Yeah, I have it's one of the credit cards that I opened when I was married.
Dismissal.
But most of the cards I've had my head buried in the sand for so long that
It's Discover Bank versus you, and it's an
Yeah.
order for dismissal.
yeah, but that doesn't mean I don't have to pay it, right? Like I mean, they're not
You
just
know,
it still shows up on my
come now plaintiff, Discover Bank by and through its undersigned attorney of record, and hereby dismisses the above entitled cause of action against you without precedent against refilling. It was probably just too expensive, so they were just like, because like why chase you down for it? That's my guess.
But the thing is, I don't even remember, and maybe I was just
Yeah, so if it's dismissed, it means the case has been closed without discharging. Creditors are still entitled to pursue the collection if they would like to. A discharge would release you from the personal liability, but you got dismissed, not discharged. So, so they still could. Again, it's probably not worth their money and time. The legal fees, the filing fees, the different things. Because what is it? Probably like $1,000, maybe.
for on that card that they would get. It's like 3,000.
Do I have the card?
I don't know because they were all closed. They're all
Okay.
closed, charged off. So there's no statements because
Okay, this Chase one. This was also something you just sent to me.
yeah.
Unpaid balance of $2,693. They're giving you an opportunity. Oh, okay. Okay. So they're essentially just trying to get any kind of money from you.
Yeah.
And they're allowing you to do monthly payments. So this is actually pretty okay. I mean, it's not okay. You owe $2,693, but they're saying if you pay $942, they'll just let it go. So let's say you owe that number then. Chase. Now, what was this for? A credit card?
It was a Chase card. Yeah, it was a credit card.
Okay. I mean, they're really giving up a lot of money here. $942.78. Now, you can make that payment, or you can make 2 equal payments, or you can split it into 3. I mean, come on. 3 payments? I feel like we might be able to do that. I mean, it almost equals your going out to eat spending. It would be 3 payments of $314.26.
So my question with that though was because it's already been on there so long and they've already charged off the account and closed it. I mean, isn't it just gonna fall off in a few more years? I mean, isn't it like based on recent activity? If I go and make a payment or something, does that restart the 7-year clock?
Well, how long has it been? Yes, it would. But how long has it been?
3 years.
Do you really want to? Does your credit matter to you?
I mean, I would like to be able to buy a house and something someday.
So it sounds like we should just try to get it off then. Plus, it is money that you owed. Plus, they're kind of giving you a deal. Usually, you gotta. If it was with like a collections agency, like you would have to kind of negotiate with them to get something like this. Okay. But they're kind of just like jumping to that. Okay, moving along. Collections, yeah. Okay, this is Kia. Oh wait, no, that's your current car.
No.
Right?
No.
Or do you owe something with?
Yes.
Wait a second. That's a hard inquiry. You hard inquired to Kia. Okay, sorry. Jana Farrell
is the collection holder for the Kia. It was repossessed.
Oh, what? When? So you got a car repossessed. So was that after the divorce and after and then get out of? How'd the leaving the house go? How'd you get in finding a place? How did that all go?
It didn't very well. The job I was working when he and I were married ended up closing because of COVID. Because we got married in 18, 19 hit.
So you lost both of them.
I lost my job. So I was furloughed for 6 months. And then basically a month after we were allowed to come back, the company announced that they were closing that plant. So what I did was I took my 2015 Kia Soul that I had. It turns out I had 6 months left on it.
Okay.
And I traded it in. And I got like $2,000 for it. And they put me in 2017.
That you picked.
I got.
Don't say they put me in. You picked it.
I didn't want it. I really.
What are you talking about?
It was the only like. So I told them I wanted like an older model Soul or something along that lines, and they're like, "Well, this is what we have." That is in your price range.
Then you don't take it. What are you talking about?
Well, but all I was focused on, like the only thing I cared about was getting a lower monthly payment, and that's what I told him. And that was so stupid. But I was like, if you can get me a lower monthly payment, that's how you
had 6 months left. When did you learn you had 6 months left?
Afterwards.
No.
Okay. So at the time, I wasn't paying attention to that kind of stuff. I was stupid.
But you were paying attention to your monthly payment, so you would have some kind of knowledge.
Yes and no. I just made the payments. I didn't pay attention to the balance going down or anything like that. It just made the payments. I didn't pay attention to the time. I didn't pay attention to any of that. It wasn't until afterwards that I realized that I'd only had the 6 months left. I should have just pushed through the 6 months. But they lowered my monthly payments by like $150. And so I thought that was a great deal. It was $150 less every month.
So what was the balance of the car then? That new car loan?
The new car loan, I think it was like $18,000.
Oh, my life. Oh, just end everything.
And I think it was a 6 year.
What was the payment?
It was like $247.
And how were you paying for that?
With my job. I mean, it was fine in the beginning. It wasn't until the divorce was finalized and I moved.
And then how were you paying for
it? I wasn't. That was how I ended up getting it repossessed. So it almost got repossessed once, and then I ended up taking out a payday loan to pay it. That's paid off though. Okay. But to make sure it didn't get repoed, I took the payday loan to make sure it didn't get repoed, and then I got it caught back up, and I was doing better about staying on top of it, and then I was in it was the one of the two bad relationships that I was talking about.
Oh, bad. You didn't say they were bad.
Yeah, before. I said bad. I said unsuccessful.
You said unsuccessful.
Oh, they were different. Bad. They were bad. Well,
unsuccessful means it didn't work.
Okay, so the first one was bad.
Okay.
I've known him now for 2.5 years, and he's never held a job. I financially supported us.
Yeah, we don't date those
time.
people.
I know.
We don't date losers.
So I was financially supporting him, and then for a portion of the time, his daughter, and it was hard, and I wasn't making very much from when I transferred out here. And I mean, I was a manager at a feed supply store, and it just It was hard. It was really hard. It was a bad relationship, and I wasn't making ends meet. I was doing the pay advance thing where you get daily pay.
No. Yeah.
And
Yeah. This just shows what a mistake does, by the way. I know you guys try to work on it, and again, like I said, I wasn't going to harp on it, but this puts an example for those out there that might be considering cheating for whatever reason. Again, I'm not trying to make you feel like, but also just I don't know. For those who are out there considering, you had the dream life.
Yeah,
you had it, and then you went through all of that to sit where we are now with a repoed car, payday loans to pay it. Oh, it is. I'm sorry. I don't want to make you it is quite the story. It is just the whole. I'm sorry. Just take your time.
No, I that all the time. The fact that I had it all.
Had it all.
I had it all, and I threw it all away over a stupid decision. I was not that age makes it okay at all. There's no justification for what I did at all. But I was 24. I was stupid. I've been stupid up until now. I'm still stupid.
We're all stupid in different ways.
I threw it all away. I threw it all away. And I don't think I'm ever going to have that life that I wanted with him.
We're young.
I'm 32.
Okay. Well, come on. Don't make me feel old. Like,
you're still in your 20s. I know, barely.
For a second.
I know.
For a moment. You may as well be young. And I don't know, there's time.
I don't feel that way.
If you've given up, then
it's not even giving up. It's not even giving up, Caleb. It's just like, okay, everybody has different timelines, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody has different ideas of how they want their life to be. I know how you feel about kids, sticky, icky, stinky kids.
It's more of a joke, but yeah.
I know. But like, and this makes what I did even worse. I have never wanted anything in my life more than to be a wife and a mother. Mm-hmm. I've never had a career aspiration. I've never wanted to be a doctor, a lawyer, anything else. I wanted to be a wife and I wanted to be a mom. And I gave that up. I gave both of those things up. And now I'm 32. Even if I had a kid today, that kid would be graduating high school when I'm 50. Well, I don't want to be... Like, I thought I would be done having kids by this point. I was going to be married at 25 and starting a family and everything. And I just...
Okay. Because even if I start dating someone, like, I probably wouldn't have a kid until 32. So, like, come on.
I know, but you might be okay with that. I wasn't okay with that. I wanted to be... Okay. Right. I wanted to be done having kids by now. I wanted to have kids in elementary school. So adoption is something that I am excited about as a possibility. I've been approached by somebody asking me if I would like to adopt a child that is due this fall.
I adopted Noah. The worst kid I've ever had in my life.
No, I know why you say they're sticky and stinky and
yes, that fiend.
But I mean, it's a possibility. It's a possibility, and it's something I am excited about.
Okay.
I will be, if this all goes through, I will be doing this on my own.
Whoa. If what goes, so this is ongoing. This is a thing.
This is a thing. I was asked to adopt a kid.
By like someone just close to you.
So it's a coworker's younger sister.
Okay.
So.
All right. So how do we feel about this?
Over the moon.
Okay.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Well, sure, I bet.
So
how old's the little creature?
Not born yet. Due in this fall.
We get to do the whole screaming in the middle of the night thing still.
Yes, but that's what I look. That's what you wanted to. Yeah, and I don't care about doing it on my own. I just want to do it. But there's always up until papers are signed, things can change. So
So when would that be? When would we know for sure?
48 hours after birth is the earliest that a birth mother can sign their rights away.
I'm assuming that, sometimes after the birth, it's just, well, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
It's just like, yay. Things will be good.
Yeah, we hope. So.
Okay,
but
cool.
People change their minds, and I'm a realist, so I brace myself for those things.
Okay. Okay. So we have this car that was repoed.
Yes.
And you still owe $9,888 after they auctioned it.
After they auctioned it, yes.
Okay. And it's only been open for 8 months, so it's not like this is gonna fall off at any time.
No.
Soon.
It was repoed a little over a year ago. It was last May.
And have we talked about payment plans? Have we done anything?
No, I have ignored it.
Yeah.
That is what I'm good at.
Yeah, and how does ignoring... first of all, how do you feel getting a kid in this situation when you're not able to pay for your own bills?
Probably not the smartest thing. But I'm hoping that I can figure out a way to knock all this out. And I clearly there is...
Single mom, $18 an hour, that's going to be difficult.
I know, but single moms do it all the time.
Yes, but oftentimes a lot of it is put upon them. You are taking this opportunity.
And because I'm taking this opportunity, I will do whatever the hell I have to do for this kid.
Okay. Allow me to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, you're good.
Is it fair for the kid if they grow up in a financially stressful household?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Because I grew up in a financially stressful household.
Well, me too.
But
Oh, yeah. I saw those foreclosure notices.
I remember hearing my parents talking about bankruptcy over Valentine's Day when I was like 13.
Yeah. Right there with you. Yeah. So I don't know. I can't tell you what to do with that one. That's a heavily emotional choice, and there's a lot of things that go into that. Just, it's not like the opportunity to adopt will never come again. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying do it. Maybe we're considering different income situations. I'm always happy to boost your resume with a course career certification and something like accounting or something like that. You just let us know. We'll set you up with that. There's a lot of things we can do. I would want to see you making like $25 an hour, I don't know what your living what is your living situation?
I own a trailer. I bought it outright.
Yeah, but you probably still pay rent and utilities.
I pay lot rent, but I own the trailer outright. I love this. I closed a 401k to be able to buy it.
To buy a depreciating asset?
I didn't see it as depreciating. I saw it as mine.
Well, that's not how that works. I mean, cars are yours. They're depreciated. How much did you buy it for?
12.
So you pulled 12 out of your retirement?
Yeah.
When was that? When was that? How old were you?
It was after I moved here, so 2021. Fall of 21.
So you were 30.
30, yeah.
29.
Yeah.
29?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roughly.
So you had 30 years before you could take money out tax advantage. So if I opened up the app where I invest in Moomoo, I bought some SPY. It was in that $12,000. 10% is the average return for that. Just that itself, if you just left it in there, instead of getting a depreciating asset, by the time you're 59 and a half, it would have been worth somewhere around $238,000. When I said we got something that's going down in value. Not only that, and I'm not saying, I'm about to go some stereotypes for a second. I'm going to do some stereotypes. Can't speak for every community in the world, but is that always going to be the best place to raise a child?
No, and it's really not the best trailer park, to be completely honest.
I was going to talk about the community as well. Again, didn't want to stereotype. I'm sure there's pleasant ones out there, but historically, are they known to be the best?
No, I want to get a real house. I really do.
But aren't you also? I was checking the notes before. Aren't you paying property taxes for someone else though? Still. So you're paying your rent on a thing you own.
So
I'm so confused.
Yeah. So the ex that doesn't work, that he was living with me, he and his daughter were living with me, and so he came in some money. Okay. And with that money, so they were living with me even though we were broken up. But
how much money? Context.
A lot.
Do you know ish? Can you give me a round?
He won a settlement. He got, I think, after lawyer cuts, it was like $60K after cuts.
Okay.
He got that in December of 2020. 2.
Sure.
And it was all gone by February of 23.
How does this mean you're paying property taxes?
He was living with me when all that came through. And I told him that he needed to use part of that to get his own place. And so he went and got a trailer in a different trailer park. But
Is this like the thing to do?
Where I'm at, yeah. Okay, I mean, the area. My only concern really is his daughter, who I just adore with all my heart. I know.
Okay, sympathy.
Yep.
And I love the heart.
So my concern is making sure she has somewhere safe to be. He had the money, but he has other kids and back child support and stuff. So he didn't want to have the title of the house in his name because they could, if they found out, they put a lien against it, take it for back child support.
The trailer itself.
Yeah.
So it's in your name?
So he used his money, but we titled it in my name so that there's no chance of it getting taken with a lien against it. Because I wanted to make sure that she was going to have somewhere safe. And not be put in that situation. She's 15 now. Okay. She was 12 when he and I got together originally.
Okay. So a really exciting thing that you guys should be thinking about is we now have all these extra things with our YouTube membership program. You can sign up for our post show. We talk about extra drama for the episode that we didn't have a chance to dive into. Why would I want more than one? I don't even want one.
You don't f them. You just touch them and you move on.
Why would I want to do that again?
Because it's fun.
Is that?
And it's wholesome.
You're good.
Hey, bro.
How is Caleb as a lover?
I would give a solid 9.
Wow! How do you get to a 9?
I just don't know how to answer that because, I mean, I just do. For the upper tier memberships, all the people from the crew from over there, they come together, they make a crew cast, and they talk about the behind the scenes content and how we do everything here.
I feel like I don't want to contribute as much because I'm already so much on camera. That is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Twice a month, Noah and I come here, we have a live stream with you guys, and we hang out with you, we answer questions, we chat it up, we talk about the show, we just have a good time.
Caleb reads that book every day.
I actually wake up and then I goon to that book in the goon stream. And then most exciting, right here at this table with even more pie charts, we have an exclusive, uncensored, ad-free financial audit episode for the top tier members that no one else gets to see anywhere else. Consider joining because ad rates are always up and down. We're trying to build something great here, and I wanted to make sure to provide the best content and the most amount of content that's ever been in a YouTube membership. Link in the description below.
But it just
how much is this how often are you paying what?
Well, so they take care of it. He takes care of it. He has other people living there with him that takes care of like the rent and stuff. But as far as the property itself, or the trailer itself, because it's titled to me, I paid the titling fees and everything, and then I paid the property taxes on it.
And how much does this cost a year?
A year annually when there's no late fees.
Late fees? Oh, by you, but not paying. Okay.
By me not paying. By me not having the money altogether at any one given time, I pushed things off. I ended up paying 2 years of back taxes on mine and a year of back taxes on his just last month, and it was about $1,700.
This is insane. It's actually not the craziest amount of money, but for 3 years worth of things.
Yeah.
So what would it cost you a year? Just says though.
$150.
$150?
Yeah. It's a trailer. It's an old trailer. It's not worth very much. Okay. So the property tax isn't terrible, and he keeps telling me he's gonna. Yeah,
so it's literally for the kid, right?
It's for the kid. I want to make sure that she's safe.
He's a deadbeat. He needs to take care of his shit. Yeah. But that doesn't mean he is going to.
I know.
I don't want you to have to pay for this. I don't think you should. But I understand you with her. That's an absurdly low price. Send me the bill for the next 3 years until she's 18 and I'll pay for it. Okay? Just do that. Okay? Because it's $150. I can do that. Okay? So do that for the next 3 years. She's 18, then she's out. And then we tell him he can go f himself. Okay? But I don't want you to deal with this, but I also don't want to f her by him being a piece of shit. Okay? So the next 3 years, you send me the bill, I Venmo you the money, you pay for it. Deal?
Deal.
Okay? Okay, cool. Okay. 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 Car repo. We were still on that. Yeah. Okay. So I know this conversation's been
I know. All over
whizzing
the
and
place. A lot of tea.
yeah, it's T driven. Emergency physicians. So you owe $1,000 in collections.
It's
to an
gone.
emergency room. It's gone.
It's gone. It literally 2 weeks ago I looked at my Credit Karma and my TransUnion Equifax whatever, and it's just disappeared. It's not been charged off. It's just vanished, and I'm guessing it fell off. It was a medical
They've changed medical rules. I don't remember what it is exactly. I always forget.
That's 8 years old because that was the emergency room.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's 8 years old, then yeah.
That was the emergency room from when I got sick.
All right. What is this in collections? LVNV funding.
That is a Tractor Supply credit card.
What the f*** are you getting from tractors?
That was when I was still living in Oklahoma. That was where I ended up working after my plant closed down.
And you took out a credit card there at the place you worked?
Yeah, because they retail
Hey, Noah,
places...
you want to take out a Caleb Hammer Media LLC credit card? Just go into debt from me. Go into debt from me for 30%. Okay.
So retail places, they push credit card sales, right? Like if you...
Yeah, on the customer.
Well, but if we weren't hitting our numbers for the week, then our... upper management would be like, hey, why don't if you will apply, because it didn't matter if we got approved or not, they just wanted people to apply. So team members would apply every couple of weeks to make sure our numbers were where they were supposed to be.
That's
and
insanity.
I ended up getting approved for it.
Oh,
I just
that's insanity.
It was dog food, cat food, all that kind of stuff. That's what I was putting on it, but I was doing really good at paying it off. I was doing well at paying it off, but I just.
And then you didn't.
And then I got the separation and everything, and I moved.
It's the separation. That was it. How extensive is your resume? Could we find a better job? Customer service or something?
Well, my resume isn't terribly extensive because from 18 to 28, I was in the same field. I did industrial printing.
No. That shows that you have a commitment, though. Trust me, when people hop around once every 6 months, it shows that they can't stay stable.
Right.
Once every, you'd want it to be 2 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after the plant closed down, though, then I started jumping around. I did retail, I did Tractor Supply, then I transferred to the Tractor Supply out where I'm at now, that location, and then I left Tractor Supply and did insurance, and that was a nightmare. I will never do insurance sales again. That was awful. And then I realized how much I hated that, and I did the stupid because that's what I do, and I quit without having another job lined up, and I thought that I was going to make it doing DoorDash, and I was not making it doing DoorDash because that was when I was still trying to support multiple people, and that was when the car ended up getting repoed. It actually so they repoed it. I went outside to go to my... onboarding for the job I have now, and my car was gone. I realized I wasn't keeping my head above water, and I was like, I got a job. I took a job as a team member at this deli, and it was already too late.
How long has this been on your collections? This Tractor Supply card? 941.
Through 3 years, probably. Okay. I mean, since leaving.
Okay.
Oklahoma.
Spot me line of credit. What is this? It's only $11.99. What is this?
I don't know. Spot Me.
It was new spending. $9. I don't even see what the spending was.
Spot Me is through Chime. It's basically people. It's like, hey, spot. I don't know. You get a base credit line, and then people can spot you $5. And if you have a bunch of friends that all spot you $5, then your credit line's higher. And so I turned that off though. I did.
Thank
turn
you.
It off. I got it all paid back, and I turned it off, so I don't have access to it anymore.
I'm confused, honestly, on how you couldn't pay the car loan and all this stuff over the past few years when I have been told before this that you've spent $10,000 on quilting. Yeah. So you chose quilting over a car loan. There is some parts of sympathy in this conversation, sure. But there's also accountability.
Yeah.
It's $10,000 on quilting instead of making minimum monthly payments.
At
a certain point, it's not the whole world's against you there.
No, it's not the whole world's against me.
You're knitting it up, quilting it up. It's different.
I used to knit and crochet too. I'm a hobby jumper. I did that a lot when I was married. All that was still when I was in Oklahoma. But that is where a lot of my spending and bad spending habits came from. Was I would just spend money on my hobbies.
And what are we doing to fix that? What's different today? What is the new hobby? Because when these other, how's your car situation right now?
I am very, very blessed right now. My grandparents gifted me a 20-year-old van.
Okay.
And so
how are you paying for the car insurance?
My grandfather is.
Okay. Obviously, that's not in a position you want to be forever. So we need to get control of her spending. Because in general, whether it's behavioral, maybe you need to see a therapist, or whether it's emotional, and we talk about budgeting, you obviously, just like anyone who goes on here, you're going to get access to our budgeting program and our investing program, which is, by the way, bundled now. You can check it out for a lower price. Highly recommend it for anyone. But I want you to go through all of those. And if you're actually learning how to budget, you sit down and budget on a monthly basis. You sit down, see what you spent last month and how that compares to what you intended to do, and how you need to fix your budget for this next month to hold yourself accountable. And if you need to give yourself little rewards along the way for hitting certain goals, that's good too. But if we're spending $10,000 on knitting quilt bullcrap, like, instead of literally paying our minimum monthly payments, we are never going to get anywhere in life. Never gonna get anywhere in life. And who knows, maybe the next hobby is fish tanks. That's expensive as a,
gardening. I've found gardening
is not cheap.
No,
depending.
it's not. I've put probably bare minimum $500 into it so far.
What happens when you have this kid and you're like, I want to do $10,000 on gardening instead of putting money aside for their college or something?
Okay, I will say, since all of this has come up, since the whole adoption thing has come up, it has put a lot of things into perspective. And it's one of the reasons I started even talking to like coworkers about money and everything, because I want to change. I want to change.
Did they recommend you to come on the show?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
My boss. He's a fan.
Oh, hello, boss.
So, but I want to change, and I'm a collector, big time collector. I don't even think I mentioned any of this in the application or anything. Starbucks cups were a weakness. Mugs were a weakness. I have tons. I know. It's not even the drinks. I don't care about the drinks. They're not even that great.
Where are they?
They're just pretty.
Yeah, where are they?
On shelves.
Oh, so they're actually displayed?
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of times they were in boxes, like in between moves and stuff. But I had them on shelves in my house. I had pictures of like they were along like the tops of the cabinets and stuff. They're pretty, but
do you have a picture of this?
Oh, somewhere I'm sure, maybe. But my point is, they're gone. When all
I was gonna say that might scare a man away next time you have one over. So I just wanted to, throw that out.
The point is they're gone because when I was asked about the adoption and everything, it put things in priority. Like it changed things for me. I got rid of all my Starbucks cups. I sent them all over to my grandparents' house to sell in garage sales. I like purged my entire house. I was like, get rid of this stuff. I don't need this stuff. It changed a lot of stuff for me.
Now I will ask you, and this might come off as mean, but are you sure that this kid and your hobby jumping is not in your brain and how it's working for its dopamine fulfillment another hobby that you might jump from? Right now, you're putting all of your effort into this by getting rid of things and doing all these things, but just the same way you've put all your effort into these other hobbies in the past. Yeah. What's gonna say that you don't find interest in something else and put your full focus into that a couple of years down the road instead?
Instead of my kid? That would never happen.
Okay.
I would give my life for a child.
Okay. I'm just assessing.
I've made mistakes and I won't make mistakes like that again. So if a child were to come into my life one way or another, I sacrifice all the time for my ex's daughter. I would do anything for her. If another child were to somehow come into my life, this adoption goes through.
Well, whatever. I'll ask candidly, it's just a person to a person, forgetting that this is a show or anything like that, but this is being turned into a show. Is the person who you're considering adopting from going to see the show, and what do you think they'll reconsider from seeing that show?
She probably will see the show. I've actually talked to her about it, about going on, but I've talked to her about my financial situation before.
Okay.
She and I have talked. So she knows, she's been in my house, my trailer. She knows, like, but she also knows, like, what I have not sacrificed necessarily, but what I've done already in place to try and prepare for this kid. Like, I have an entire nursery set up. The second bedroom in my house, there's a crib, there's a changing table, there's a fully functional, I could bring a baby home right now today and I have a nursery ready.
If I accidentally create a little whoopsie in my escapades, I'll throw it your way.
Oh my god,
that's a terrible joke.
Yeah,
that's a horrendous
that
joke.
is awful. Oh my god, Caleb,
things fly through my head
God.
and I have no filter. I apologize. And Noah just typed that he can live with you if you want another child as well. So there's lots of options. Okay. So is this a Bitcoin account? Well, I'm confused. Oh, no. But you can get crypto in this wallet. You got gas. I don't know what this is. It's some account that holds money. It's $19 in there. I can't even see what any of the purchases and spending are. Look, they're all blacked out. Oh. And then you got Chipotle and Chipotle. So we certainly can't do Chipotle if we want to get a kid.
Venmo or something. Venmo or Cash App.
What are the other hobbies you've pumped money into and have spent? Well,
nail polish was a big one for a long time.
It's a hobby? How much did you spend on that?
A lot. Nail polish, I don't know, thousands. I mean, all these, it was... I feel like I'm trying to justify it, and there's really, like, looking back, hindsight, there's no justification. But I mean, if I stuck with one hobby the whole time, I feel like I could justify it. But the fact that I hobby jump, I know it's like bad. Like, all my nail polish, I still have it all. It's sitting in a storage unit in Oklahoma in drawers and drawers.
Wait, can you sell it all?
I don't know.
Facebook Marketplace?
Maybe if it's still good.
Dude, even
it's
at like
sitting
50%, even 25%, take that, throw it out of debt, dude.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Do you want this kid to live a good life or not? Make sacrifices, okay?
Yeah.
So it's like, let's grow up. You're 32. Like, you're in your, like, you know, you turn 18, you're an adult. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You've gone through the 18, 19, gone through the 20s. Now you're in your early 30s. Been through a lot of adulthood. I think maybe it's time to act like one.
Okay, so I can part with nail polish. I'm over the whole nail polish thing. I don't do my nails anymore. Fine. I don't know if it's even in good. I mean, it's been sitting in storage for years.
I wouldn't know.
It may be
Well, you're
trash,
paying for the storage unit too, right?
Yes, I'm paying for a storage unit.
Okay.
But I'm trying to figure out how to get that emptied out. It's a logistics thing.
Call a trash company.
Yeah, that's what. My boss's suggestion was to haul it all out into the middle of the thing and set it on fire. So.
Well, that's probably a more illegal suggestion.
Yes, but all my quilting stuff is there. All of my sewing machines, my fabric.
Go get it.
I've already made multiple trips down there. There's so much.
Okay, then do one more trip. Take what you would find that you would take in that trip, and then that's obviously the most important stuff, and the rest of it can forever.
Okay. It's not unreasonable. I haven't had access to it for 3 years. I am willing to make sacrifices.
You said your grandpa gave you the truck, but I'm seeing on this piece of paper that you owe your grandpa $4,500.
Yes. So he gifted me the van itself, but the van is not. It's 20 years old. It's an 04, and it needs a lot of work. It has needed a lot of work. It needed front end. The alignment. I don't do cars, so I'm gonna say things wrong. But whatever has the tires on it on the front was off. And it was eating through sets of tires. Like, we were having to put tires on every, 4 months. And there's $300 every set of tires. And so he helped me pay to have the front end fixed. He's paid for at least 2 sets of tires, 3 sets of tires.
Oh my gosh, and all this is added up to $4,500?
Yeah. And I still need to put, another $3,000 into it.
Is this even worth it?
I
add his $4,500, add your $3,000, you could have got a used car that needed less work.
Yeah, but this is something where I can work on making payments with him where
Are there minimum monthly payments to him?
no, nothing's
So what the f- are you
up
talking
yet.
about?
But what I'm saying is nothing's set up yet, but we can
How long
set
have you
up-
owed it to him?
Well, it was given to me almost a year ago. I know.
You don't seem responsible to me at all. You really do not. I'm just calling it as I see it, not as an insult. Or take it as an insult. I don't really care.
No.
But, like,
I've made
you
a
just
lot
don't
of bad
seem responsible in
choices.
any way whatsoever. You keep saying, like, I will do this. I will. Like, just do it already. It's been sitting there for a year and you haven't paid $1? Like, I don't. There's no effort. There's no effort. You haven't done anything. And you have to put $3,000 into it?
It needs
Great.
air conditioner.
You started your checking account with negative $64.
Right before the paycheck hit, yeah. That was, it only goes negative because of the
But again,
spot
we
me.
spent $300 on going out to eat, but we allowed our checking account to start negative 64. Marshalls, Starbucks, Amazon. What is this? Southern. $1,032.
That's a deposit.
For what?
That was a paycheck.
Oh, here, I think it is. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, I'm just reading everything negatively from this conversation. Venmoing out $40. Venmoing out $25. Panera Bread, Amazon, Starbucks, something Amazon but via Google, Whataburger, IKEA, Amazon. Everyday dose, $60.
It's a mushroom coffee subscription.
Stop. Just get cheap coffee from the store.
I thought
You just- you
it
can't
was
afford
supposed
things. You
to
can't
be
afford things.
cheaper, right? Cheaper per serving. It's like
I don't know how much do you get for that. You can get a
30-day supply.
no,
$60.
buddy. You get a big tub of that blue that tastes like, and it's coffee. It'll do the coffee things, and you'll get used to it after a couple
but I get
weeks.
the matcha. I get the green tea matcha.
Yeah, I really. Okay.
It's not coffee.
Oh.
It's. But I get what
Well,
you're
I can't
saying.
speak as well about tea, but you still should be able to find a cheaper version. If it was coffee, I know for a fact. Going inside, getting some BS, Chipotle, Amazon. What are your Amazon purchases? Retail Rebel. I'll look at that in a second. Amazon Whataburger. Venmoing out $15. Amazon. Potentially going inside, getting some. You pull up your Amazon.
Yeah.
You start a screen recording as well.
What does that mean? I don't know. How to
Oh,
do
is that what is that thing? Oh, you have one of those flippy things?
Yeah.
Whoa, interesting. I've never seen one in person. Okay, can I see?
Yeah.
It's okay. We might not be able to have a screen recording. That's fine. I'll still go through. Okay. You got a "We're Pregnant" shirt?
It was for a photo shoot. It says like
For who?
we're pregnant, but mostly her. So it's gonna be like me and the birth mom.
Okay. I don't think you need to do that because you don't have money. Let's put money towards the kid instead of that. Microfiber mop pads. It's a lot of pads.
Okay,
Plus
so
more mop pads.
Those were I got it paid out for those.
Got
Those were
little heart things. Oh, little heart things. Super lithium battery guy. Thank you cards. Baby formula thing. When does this kid do?
this fall.
Okay. You already got the little sippies.
Bottles or
Okay.
what was it? I don't even know. I've spent very, very minimal on that.
Okay. Well, how are you going to be able to spend anything? You started your account negative. How are you going to be able to get a crib? And
But I have all that.
okay.
I have all that. I'm very thrifty sometimes. It's one of the
Yeah, you
Well,
also started
so-
an account with negative.
I
so
know.
It's just like I don't know if
Like-
it worked. As a full-time creator, I can tell you creating engaging videos takes a lot of time and effort. From scripting to editing, the whole process can be a headache. But that's where InVideo AI comes in. With InVideo AI, you're in the director's seat while the AI acts as your co-pilot, taking care of all the heavy lifting. InVideo AI is the world's most used AI video creator with over 10 million users in more than 150 countries. It's the only tool I found that lets you control every aspect of your video using simple text prompts. So here's how it works. To start, you enter in a detailed prompt. For example, create a YouTube short going over how to budget with a $4,000 a month salary. InVideo AI will generate a rough draft based on your input.
Are you tired of wondering where your money goes every month? Let's break down how to budget $4,000 a month. First things first, set aside 50% for your needs.
If you need to make changes, it's as easy as typing. You can add subtitles, change the voiceover, or even modify the intro with just a few text commands. Want to change the language to French? Done.
Hi, vous êtes de assez de vous demander d'où passe votre argent chaque mois. Voyons comment gérer un budget de $4,000 par mois.
Need better footage for a scene? Done. It's that simple. And here's the game changer. In-video AI can clone your voice. Imagine creating videos in your own voice without having to record anything. This feature alone saves you time and money, making video creation more accessible and efficient. Once you're happy with your video, you can export it without watermarks and with access to high-quality stock footage. This comprehensive tool replaces the need for multiple apps, saving you hundreds of dollars each month. So if you're serious about upping your video game, try in-video AI. Plans start at just $20 a month, and you'll get access to millions of royalty-free stock footage clips, voice cloning, and more. Scan the QR code on screen or check out the link in the description below and use my code CalebHammer50 to get 2 times the number of video generation credits in your first month.
I don't know if it shows on here. My spending, it's a lot of like marketplace, cheap items on marketplace and like thrift stores.
But again,
and
you
stuff
started
like
negative,
that.
so I can't even. So we can't even say it worked. You had negative money in your checking account at the end of last month.
I know.
So we can't say it worked. $78 in this in Cash App, and I don't know what a lot of it is, but Viva La Vibe was one of the purchases. Bullshit. $0 in savings. So a kid with $0 in savings is also just. I just don't know if we do that. But it's so hard for me to tell someone do not have a $26 in Robinhood. So all right.
No, there should be like $100 in Robinhood.
Not at the time of the statement. Oh, and that's it. Okay. I was hoping to see any kind of retirement besides that. I know you said you drained it, but I was just hoping there was something left.
No, it's.
What are we gonna do?
Well, I don't.
What are we gonna do? I can help you budget. We might be able to stick to a budget. Oh, well, let's see how your budget works out. Then we can talk about career stuff because that depends. So we need to get your budget. Okay. So minimum monthly payments is the chime and the chase. Because we're obviously gonna do that chase. Because they're giving you a deal. Okay. 705.67. So your minimum monthly payments. What's your rent? Or what's your? Because you own the thing. Yeah, what's your lot rent?
My lot rent, it's all bundled. Lot rent and utilities is usually between $650 and $800.
Oh, okay.
But that includes
I'll do
utilities.
$725. Sure. Internet?
It's included.
Okay. Car insurance. Grandpa takes care of it.
But I'm taking over.
When?
Like this week.
How much?
I've got a quote for. It's going to be 72 or 75 a month, but I'm bundling the auto and like property.
And how much?
Like 72 a month.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah. I can pull up the quote.
Okay. How much do you spend on gas? Obviously, probably not the best mileage.
$120 a month, maybe.
Okay. What's your service on there? How much does it cost?
$90.
Do you still owe on that?
Yes and no. I traded in my phone.
Okay,
I got an $800 credit and I paid off the balance.
Okay, so you do not owe on that.
I don't owe, but if I left, I would owe. Because it's a trade-in credit. I get $22 a month on it.
Well,
it's like
so
36 months left. Yeah, 90 for the service.
Okay, $300 for groceries. Obviously, it changes with the kid, but you'll figure that out. $100. TP, anything, medical, healthcare, copays, prescriptions, anything like that?
I just recently got insurance and I plan on going to see the therapist. I believe my copay is $10.
Okay, so $40 we'll do weekly.
Oh, a medical, the chiropractor. It's
how much?
It's $80 a month. It's kind of like a subscription program.
And gym?
I don't go to the gym.
No subscriptions. Do you have any pets?
Yeah, I've got. So I have 3 dogs, but you know how we said I have a big heart. I tend to take.
Do you have physically a big heart?
No, you made a comment about the big heart because the whole thing with my ex's daughter.
Okay.
I tend to take in animals.
Well, okay, that comes with responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay, how much does this cost a month?
It depends on the animal I take in. The last animal
I
put about $700 into before I rehomed her. So I
mean, I love animals. I would probably rather have that over a little infant, but like you're choosing to do the infant, you might have to choose that.
I know. I will.
How much do I have to put aside for this on a monthly basis? Come on, I'm trying to get you a real budget.
I don't. 150. I don't know. Right now, I have 5 dogs in my house. So
Kill me. How are you able to do that at 150? I don't know. But okay, whatever. Yeah, we're over our budget by $300.
okay.
Which half of that 300 goes to the pets. I'm not saying you might have to surrender some to non-kill places.
So that's not really enough. Like, okay, so I'm not. My 3 are my 3. The other 2, one of them belongs to a coworker that she can't have it right now, but it's a situation I can't really talk about. And then the other one is my ex's, but I'm just kind of helping with that as well until he's able to take that dog again.
Is there any career trajectory at this job?
Yes. So
Okay.
I've been with the company for a while. I'm in line to become assistant manager, which is a salaried position.
Great. You're in line to. Has it been offered?
Yeah, it's done. Like, papers are signed.
Oh, okay.
It's
So what
done.
are you going to go to from $18.50 an hour?
So the salary is $54 annual.
Okay. This gives us, here is an open opportunity. $4,500 a month. Let's call it $4,000 after taxes. Okay. Maybe a little less. That is there we go. You are in your budget. Don't lifestyle inflate yourself. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. You have no idea. If you do not lifestyle inflate yourself, follow this budget. Follow this budget to the T. Okay. I think there is actually a move here. Okay. With that, just do the minimum monthly payment on the Chase, which I baked into your budget anyway. Okay. And the Chase is gone in 3 months. Okay. Chime, wipe that out. Okay. I want to stockpile cash aside until the kid comes, besides those 2 debts, because the rest are just in collections. And then there's the grandpa, but also just because the kid, stockpile as much as you can aside into a high yield savings account. That's what I want you to do until the kid comes. Okay. Then you have kind of a beefy emergency fund. After that, we start paying towards our grandpa, and I think you should be able to pay that off in like 6 months or so. And then take care of the rest of your collections that were there in another 6 months. Let's call it a year by negotiating. And okay, a year total. A year after you have the kid, and then what you have in the emergency fund, figure out what it takes for you to live for 6 months from your budget. Subtract that number, subtract what you already have, and then you know what you need to make the difference to get your full 6 month emergency fund. Okay. So there is a positive conclusion to this. I actually think after the kid is in your possession, you have about a year, and then maybe a year and a half in total to get out of the debt and have a fully funded emergency fund. I think you could do that. I think you could do, a year and a half. My big concern is you hobby jump. You put all this money into it. You haven't shown us a single indication of discipline. That's my fear. I think you could do this. The math suggests that you could do this, and you just got a golden opportunity at work. The math suggests you could do this. Now it's actually dependent on your discipline, your willingness to budget, your willingness to sacrifice. If you do not change your ways, this income does nothing but potentially even hurt you because you're going to lifestyle inflate yourself. This is a golden opportunity to restart the life that you want to live. You are being given a golden ticket. You have no idea. Take it. Be disciplined. And you can live such a good. This is positive headed into the post show good, because I like to have a positive attitude to the post show. So this is good. I thought it was going to end sad. Okay, this is good. You just have to be disciplined.
So that's a year and a half with getting the car paid off too, the repoed car.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. So what you're gonna do is because that's been sold off to a collections agency, correct?
Yeah.
So
the bank is still. The credit union.
It's the bank.
The
still?
credit union.
Okay, then maybe not. Maybe this is a 2-year total process after the kid. I thought it was sold off to a third party. If it was sold off to a third party, I'd try to negotiate. You still might be able to be like, okay, I know you want this $9,800. It's not gonna happen. But guess what? I literally have $4,000 to my name. Let's call it there. Never give them access to your account. That's critical. They're gonna say no and be like, okay. Call them 2 weeks later. No. Okay. Call them 2 weeks now. You just keep doing that over and over again. Okay. I don't know if it's going to work for that bank itself. Usually collections agency, that's where you can get some movement. But if not, maybe eventually if you just keep trying and keep saying no, but the cash is starting to pile up to the point where you can just pay it off, then maybe just pay it off at that point. And I think that could take 2 years total because you're going to get a substantial raise. Yeah. And I'm great that that's an assistant manager position. They want to move you up. That means you could move into a full management, like GM or whatever it is, position at some point. Like, that's actually really good to hear. It's discipline now. It's discipline. Follow a budget, meal prep, put in the sacrifice to live the life you want to live, or you can ostrich yourself and you'll be nowhere. You're going to wake up, you'll be 42, 52, 62, and you'll have made no progress. This is the time. This is the time. Okay. All right. Since this is the more finance-driven, obviously part of the conversation, we're going to dive into some more of the extra tea in the financial audit post show. Feel free to join in the description below. Let's get your Hammer financial score. Spending your budget, you're overspending, so 0 out of 10. Sorry. That's how it works. You have collections, so 0 out of 10 for the debt. Emergency fund, there's nothing there. 0 out of 10, it was $0 in your checking account. Retirement, nothing there. Real estate. That's probably what got you the 0.5. It's a depreciating asset. You don't really owe the land. Hardly anything. I don't even know if I can give a score. I'm going to give a 2 out of 10 for it. No offense to that. I would love you to own a home. You said you want to own a home.
I want to own a home.
I would love for that to be a thing.
I want land. I want somewhere where a kid can grow up and run around. And
yeah. Well, we only round up for Hammer Financial Scores unless I hate you, so I will round up. Hammer Financial Score, 0.5 out of 10. Make sure to check out all the resources linked in the description below. They're what I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting and investing programs in the history of the internet, which are now bundled at a lower price, including $100 that you get towards your Moomoo account and gifted by us for taking advantage of that program. Now, stick around for the post show. Today on the Financial Audit Post Show.
I threw it all away. He broke up with me 2 weeks after my birthday.
That has nothing to do with your birthday.
Seeing how hurt he was killed me.
See, I do the opposite with Noah. What he doesn't know is I've divorced his employment contract. He's actually been fired for 2 months and he hasn't been getting paid, but he still shows up and does everything. So.
That's true. It's because I'm stealing from Caleb and embezzling a lot of money.
To watch the Financial Audit Post Show, click the join button below.